Welcome back to Ton of His podcast, where WNBA style talks louder. Today we're sitting down with a sports tastemaker, illustrator, and designer, Shema Love. I've been following Shema's work for a while, and we met in Phoenix a couple years ago during All-Star. She's not a player, she's not a stylist, but she is helping to shape how the culture looks and feels through her art, merch, and storytelling. In this conversation, we talk about her journey into design, some of her favorite pieces she's created, favorite colors, and some colors you should be using as a creator. Of course, we couldn't let her leave without giving us her top 5 best dressed in the WNBA. She even flipped the script a little bit and started interviewing me at the end. This is a great episode. She gives Tita tops of her flowers, and we kind of just kick it. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and talk to me. So last time we saw you, you were at the Round 21 booth in Phoenix. Talk to us about how you got there.
Was that 2023?
Uh, I think it was 24.
2024? Gosh,
Yep,
the years, honestly. It
flying.
just feels like, yeah, flying, because it's 2026 now. Okay, so that was 2024 Phoenix WNBA All-Star. Yeah, I was there with merch for Round 21. I think that was the first time we released actually what I'm wearing right now, the cardigans.
Cardigan.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I had no idea how like much of a big deal that was going to be, because I mean I've always been interested in like adding a more fashionable component to like merch in sports
Hmm.
outside of just like t-shirts and like hoodies and the typical things. So like a cardigan was definitely a little bit left field, but it came out of an idea to do like a more like kind of like collegiate kind of like collection. So that's kind of like where you got like the patchwork kind of like Letterman emblems from. But we launched that. It wasn't an all-star item. We launched it and like previewed it at All-Star along with other All-Star merch with Round 21. And then that just kind of became like the talk of the season.
Yeah, that was a nice cardigan.
Thank you,
We,
thank you. It's heavy
we
duty.
did a still. I did a style guide on it because I was like, people need to know what this is because this is fire.
Oh, dope, dope,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta see that. You gotta send that to me.
If you're undecided or headed to Chicago for All Star Weekend, stop by the Drip Social Party that Thursday, July 23rd. It's gonna be a vibe. I'll be there. Clever Shirts will be there. Lifted Legacy will be there, and Drip Social throws bangers. If you don't believe me, head over to their IG page and you can see the recap from last year. Use code Tunnel26 for a little discount and meet me there. So when did you kind of merge your love for illustration and basketball?
That's a good question. Okay, so I've obviously always been into sports, played sports my entire life, but I started actually illustrating through my sorority. I was doing apparel for Alpha Kappa Alpha. I pledged in college, chartered a chapter at the University of New Mexico, and I was going to nursing school at the same time. So it wasn't like I was like in any type of like design degree. I was just kind of pursuing something that I was interested in. Like I always loved drawing. So I designed like our flyers, like our event flyers, and then different chapters kind of got word of like me designing. So I designed like our regional conference merchandise and was just trying to fit in wherever I could, like design wise, because like I said, I was going to nursing school, I was running track, this was kind of just like a hobby. So it was more of like me designing merch, and then sports just kind of like made sense because I'm just an avid sports girl. Like I love going to games, I love watching games. Like my favorite is college basketball. And then obviously that segues into the WNBA. I love following like the journey from high school to the league. So like yeah, merch just became a language that allowed me to speak in the sports world.
Who was your team?
In the W?
No, college.
College? Okay, right now, oh, that's tough. Okay, so growing, I mean, I was at the University of New Mexico, so I was a Lobos
Hmm.
fan through and through.
Hmm.
And I ran track in college. But right now, I'm gonna say South Carolina.
Okay.
I was an LSU fan while Flage was there. I kind of follow players, like I'm telling you, I did the journey. Like I watched Flage from high school. Well, honestly, from when she was on the rap game when she was a kid into high school. South Carolina fan. I'm a Juju fan, obviously. Yeah, I kind of I just love the game, so I watch and support kind of everybody.
That's fair. I like
Yeah.
UConn, although Gino showed his
That
behind.
I didn't want to like outwardly bring that up, but I'm like, it's tough because I was really rocking with UConn this year too, and I never, I feel like there's like an unspoken kind of rivalry between them and South Carolina, and I'm a Dawn Staley through and through. Like I'm from Philly, she's from Philly. My dad loves Dawn Staley. Like that's my girl. So I'm a ride for her regardless. But that was nuts.
It
That
always
was
felt like a
nuts.
healthy rivalry though. Like they brought the best out of each other in the teams, but that
Yeah, exactly.
can't stand
But
behind.
then I think, you know what, somebody had like a little bit of a hot take. I don't know if it was another podcast, but they were saying that he likes to pull the attention away from like nobody was talking about how poorly UConn played in that game. They were only talking about his outbursts kind of at that game, which I think is interesting. Kind of like changing the narrative a little bit, but still it's unexcusable. That
Do
was
it to
crazy.
a ref. Don't do it to Dawn. Right? That,
Don't
that
do
the
it to
issue is you did
Dawn.
it to Dawn. That's why we're mad.
Don't Dawn played
Yeah.
for you, Team USA. She coached alongside you. Like y'all can have a healthy rivalry. You don't gotta do that to Dawn.
Like we
Everybody
ride
loves
for
Dawn.
Dawn. Like we ride for Dawn. Like
We
that's not.
ride for Dawn. I still ride for Dawn. I know she made that statement, but I'm like, I still ride for Dawn.
Do you have a piece that you've made so far that is your favorite?
I think honestly, it really is this cardigan. We have some really cool stuff coming for WNBA All-Star this year that I can't say too much about, but think fashion forward, definitely in the fashion lane. Like I said, like outside of t-shirts and outside of like hoodies, but right now, to date, I feel like it's this cardigan. Um, I think that and then we had the bowling shirt, which I said are like kind of like two fashion forward items. Um, and then nobody might not remember this, but before we did like official WNBA merch, this is like I said through round 21. They reached out to me to design Brittany Griner's Welcome Home
Mm.
merch,
I
like
think
through the
I have
Phoenix
that. It's
Mercury.
hanging out.
Oh, do you? Oh, so you
Yeah, yeah,
OG.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, like as quiet as it's kept, like that was like something that was really important for me to like get into the space and create relationships and have like a voice, I guess. Well, like I said, a language for me to speak in the sports world. Like, oh, we can do this, and then we can build out collections as well. But that came before I think like the 2023 season. When she came back home, we designed that collect her welcome home. I came up with the slogan "Every game is a home game." As her like kind of like welcome home. But yeah, yeah, that too.
I say Jasmine was on with Heather a few episodes ago, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, definitely shouted you out. Um,
Dope.
but yeah, I like how they're moving. It's like it's artist forward collective kind of instead of just this is a brand and this is everything. So that's very interesting, I'm enjoying seeing the different artists and what they bring out.
Yeah, it's different. I think that one, there's room for everybody. So there's so many different people designing merch right now. I feel like there were like the early Esther, like with Player Society, and then I work still independently as an artist, but right now like my merch is designed at least this season through round 21. But there's people that kind of like push the door open, and then now everybody's like coming out with, you see so many different types of merch for the WNBA, for really just like women's sports in general, which me being like I said, like a sports tastemaker and just interested in fashion and style, like it's exciting for me. Like I think, like I said, there's room for everybody. People are always gonna kind of like spend their coin across across the board. I think people love repping their teams. They love repping the league. So it's exciting to kind of see like what people are coming up with design wise.
I like where we're heading, that more people are coming because everything can't be limited. We can't must have everything. Like when you look at the other leagues, they have tons of licensees and there's
Do
you
yes.
get some stuff on sale. I just love the range. So I think that's where we're creeping towards.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have a range. We still want our limited drops and nice stuff, but I
I
want
got y'all.
the cool basics to go along with everything too. So yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
where we're headed. The podcast is now part of the Fanatics Creator Program. That means we earn from purchases through our link. I curated a dope storefront for you to shop through for new WNBA merch, NBA merch, NFL merch, doesn't matter. Head over to the link in our description to shop. Do you see players differently as they're on the court and when they're in the tunnel?
What do you mean, like personality wise, or just
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think like even players who don't, it's cool to see players who don't also have stylists, see how they like see themselves and want to portray themselves. Which I feel like we're probably seeing a little bit more of like players hiring stylists to for their tunnel fits because that's becoming just more of a conversation in general. But yeah, I feel like it shows like who you are kind of like off the court, and sometimes that energy matches like how you play, but sometimes it doesn't. Like I love seeing the very femme girls like in their heels and like skirts, dresses, and like playing with that kind of fashion because I feel like basketball has always kind of been like this tomboy lane. And it's fun to see like the diversity and how fashion can bring out your personality. Cause yeah, I mean, not everybody, it's definitely not one size fits all. And I love seeing like the diversity across the league and people just kind of like owning their personality through their through their fashion.
Yeah, you get to see them more. You get to see a personality. They're not just
Yeah.
players on the court. It's just like it's like a whole person now. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's like a whole person. Even people who like pull up in sweats. Like I'm no like I think a high quality sweats we saw what I wore to the WNBA draft. Like to me, like that's a look too.
It
So
is. It is.
yeah, yeah,
And you elevated, right? You elevated it, right? You had talk
yeah.
to us about, talk to us about that look. So I'm going to put a picture so that people can see. Uh,
Okay, okay.
so yeah, talk to us about
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you came up
yeah.
with that look and the pieces.
So it's funny because over the past couple of years, I think this was my third time on the orange carpet at the WNBA draft. Shout out to the WNBA. They really look out for like a diverse across the board type of creators that they invite to kind of like be a part of that whole experience because it's really obviously about the players that day, but the creators kind of try to bring it to life and elevate it too. So yeah, shout out to the W. But yeah, this is my third year. And the past 2 years, I've done kind of like a classical like suit approach to it, a button up tie. I remember like the first year I wore like a long skirt, but it was like, had some texture to it, some flow to it, and Prada tie, button up. So last year I wore a little bit like glitz, glamour. So I was like, let me do something different this year because you guys have kind of seen that.
Yeah.
And then I also wanted to kind of like preview some textures that we'll be working with so on some of the merch later on this year with All Star. But I was like, how can I elevate, a sweatsuit? And to me, like my initial idea was doing the button up, but I was like, the weight, the fabric, I feel like it's too heavy to do just like a regular button up. So let me do like a lighter texture, like an organza. And literally the day before I was in Soho, like trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this sweatsuit look or like just a fabric, like I said, that matches kind of the vibe, but then also doesn't feel like too much fabric. So I found something, found the button up. It was the white one that y'all see in the picture, and then also just I had to obviously put some undergarments, and then the track or the sweatsuit itself. I worked with my friend Shakira, who is an incredible embroiderer, tailor, seamstress. She works a lot also with Round 21, with a lot of different brands, but she does a lot of customization. So she has a studio out in Far Rockaway. And I pulled up on her and I was like, yo, this is my vision. I was like, we got to kind of like cut and sew this a little bit just because I want it to feel tailored. Which again, like I feel like people don't really tailor a sweatsuit, but I think that's an like, that's an approach that could kind of like elevate it because you want it to fit you. Um, and so we worked and played kind of like with textures as well. Like she's like when I start like spitting ideas out to her, she picks up exactly what I put down. So her and I were working together so easily with that. And then we came up with what y'all saw on the orange carpet, which had like little details, nods to the 30th anniversary, like on the back pocket, it was since 96. And then on like the notches on the hood, I was like, can you add like color stitches of each WNBA team? So just like subtle, I love Easter egg moments, like things that you kind of like don't see on first glance, but like you look at it a little longer and you're like, oh,
They're
this
noticing.
means that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you interpret it. That's how my art, I feel like, is anyway. So I try to translate that to like apparel too or merch. And then I was like, I've been seeing Iconic Ash. I don't know if you know who that is. Ashley,
Uh,
Iconic Ash, Be Iconic. Yeah.
glasses.
She wears glasses, but she designs these scullies. So
Okay.
she reached out to me, or we might have connected like last year sometime. and I was like trying to get one of her hats, but they were selling out. So then I reached out to her 2 weeks or maybe a week before. I'm so last minute. Everything be going, things be going on, and I be like, can we figure this out? I'm so last minute. Um, I reached out to her, I think Wednesday before the draft. The draft was on Monday. I was like, yo, I got this idea. Ideas be coming into to me in the middle of the night, and I just be like, I hope people can execute it because I just be having ideas. So I reached out to her via DMs and I'm like, yo, like I design merch for the WNBA. Can I send you one of my shirts and you recreate it into a Scully? Because I'm like, I have a bunch of these. Like I could have worn any Scully on the orange carpet, but I'm like, she does like bedazzling. I don't know if you can really
Oh
see
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, I see it. I
detail, but
see it.
these are like little pendants, and she kind of like brought it all the way up, but she cut my shirt and then put it like, oh, wrapped around, like you can see like the different. So I'm like, this is a moment to kind of talk about. That's always what I kind of look for, is like, what can we highlight and have like be a talkable moment when it's any event like related to sports and fashion? Because, any conversation around your outfit is going to lead back to viewership around the sport. So it's like, we might as well.
Was that shirt a cutoff originally?
The shirt that I had.
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
long sleeve. It's long
Okay.
sleeve. So that was the other thing too, is like I was playing with layers and it was hot. Oh my gosh. So I was like, how am I gonna wear something like lightweight? Like I knew if I wore like a regular solid button up, it was gonna be too heavy. So I wore something a little bit more breathable. And did that and then had the jacket on top, and the jacket had like rope embroidered WNBA
Yeah,
across the front.
that was fire. That was my favorite. That
Yeah,
was my
yeah.
favorite.
All right. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I love working with other across other creative disciplines because like um I be having the vision, and sometimes one I don't have the resources to actually like bring things alive. So I love like cross networking. Like I'm like, if you know how to do this, I'm gonna be in your DMs. Let's talk.
I like to look together.
Yeah, yes.
So yeah, the people want that for sure. Uh,
Yeah, we gotta, it would be dope. Like she does like vintage tea, like one of ones of these. So it might be cool. Like we'll see. I'm not gonna say nothing too soon, but this would really, I feel like, be a dope addition to kind of like the merch world right now. And also, like I said, just bring cross viewership because like her audience may not know her for being within the WNBA world. She's in the fashion world, like, but like there's so much synergy between both, and you get new viewership, and that's the whole point.
we're gonna talk about design and color a little bit. What are some underrated colors that people should use more?
Okay. It's so funny because I feel like there's colors that I like and then there's colors that I think look well on people. Um and I feel like people don't think that I'm a color girl. Like I just be wearing like neutral bases, which may be true, but I've been introducing more color. Orange is one of my favorite colors. I feel like it's a great complementary color, and there's so many bases that look good with an orange pop. I also like a tealish blue. I also am a lime green girl. I don't know where that came from, but over the past couple of years, I've been into a little bit of lime green. I also like um it's not camo, but like the tree kind of like camo
The like
fabric.
real tree.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like that. Um and I really, like I said, I like a neutral base with just like a pop of color. And a lot of people I think are afraid of color because one, they don't really know like or they don't think that they know basic color theory, but it's like if you literally just look at a color and then think about the opposite of that color, that's usually what can complement what you're wearing. So like blue and orange are opposites of each other, but they look good together because they're complementary colors, but people wouldn't think you put blue and orange together. Um, so yeah, those are kind of like, yeah, those are colors that I'm liking currently.
What sports teams have some of the best colorways to you?
Okay, I'm gonna go W first.
Okay.
I like the Toronto Tempo.
Okay.
I really like that purple that they're using, and I think I like also their complementary colors. And then that brings me also to the Valkyries because I feel like they have a similar color template. I also like the Dallas Wings because I like that lime
Lime
green,
green.
and I
Okay.
love that. Yep, that lime green with the blue. Obviously got to go with the Liberty Seafoam Green. Um, I like their colorway. I also like the Atlanta Dream. I think I like their logo too in general. It's very
Mhm.
simple, but I feel like that's so ATL.
Mhm.
That's so ATL for them to kind of like be just like ATL. And I really like that blue and red that they use. It's not like a typical like strong red. I feel like it's like a softer red. I have to play with obviously the team colors a lot, so I know their color codes literally probably probably by name. But yeah, I think I like those. Yeah.
That's a good list. I think
Mm.
New York sports overall have great colors. That seafoam, even the Knicks, the Yankees,
The
very
Knicks, yeah,
classic,
the
but all of
Yankees,
them have
classics, classics. The
amazing colors.
Brooklyn Nets went a little like simple with theirs, just the black and white, the black and white. But that's always, I feel like the Nets before they were bought by Brooklyn were like red and blue when they were the New Jersey Nets.
Jersey, yep.
But I think they went kind of like classic with their black and white, the Brooklyn Nets. But I do like the Knicks too. Yeah. And the Sirens. Now our New York hockey
Oh
team,
yeah,
the
the
New York
Sirens. Yeah, yeah,
hockey
yeah.
team. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like their
They've got a
colorway
shade
too.
of like seafoam. It's not exactly
Yeah, it's a
in that.
crossover crowd. Oh my God, I went to my first game the other day. It was Pride Night, and it's a lot of Liberty fans that go to the Sirens game, which I was like, I guess I'm not surprised by. Because I feel like women's sports across the board, like women love to just support. So that was dope to see though. That was really dope.
I know. That's one thing about moving back home. I'm going to enjoy because there's not a lot of sports here. I mean,
In
you got
Pittsburgh, with
baseball,
Steelers.
right, yeah, but back home you got all the women's sports. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
this.
Oh, that's why you're a UConn fan. Okay, because of
Yeah, yeah.
Connecticut. Got it.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So how do you balance very bold and subtle ideas?
I mean, you heard me say like I'm I literally I feel like I'm an idea engine, so it's hard for me to kind of like sometimes bring me back down to earth. My friends tell me that all the time like we can start here, but let's also figure out like a basic or a more I don't even like to use the word basic, but just like a simpler approach, I guess. Um I think that what makes it better for me is when I design capsule collections because I can have like one item that's really like a standout, fashion forward, bold piece that you don't necessarily have to get, but it grounds the collection. And then I can like put simpler items, like build simpler items around it. But I think that that's just like in general with fashion. Like I wear very bold hats sometimes, but then everything else will be a little bit more simple. But because I'm just not really like a loud I feel like style person anyway. But it all feels like intentional.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I bet
intentional.
if a person is into details, you are loud, right?
True.
But
True, true, true.
if you're just doing a quick glance, you might not catch it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. That's true. That's valid.
When you're in your process, do you start with a color and kind of build out, or do you like you say you get ideas, you just throw a bunch of ideas in and go for it?
Yeah, I mean, my closet looks like it's clean right now, but on a daily basis, everything is kind of like thrown out of its drawers and off the racks because I always try to like, I think I have a vision, and then I keep digging in my clothes, and I'm like, what can I add to this? I'm also a layerer, so I think I start with like the vibe of the
Okay.
day or the
Okay.
vibe of the event, and I'm like how can I make this streetwear? So I think that that's kind of like always the approach is like generally a streetwear approach. And then I'm also um, trying to lean more towards femininity within the streetwear space because I don't want to be like, what's the word, boxed in
Mhm.
to what that represents. Because I feel like people associate streetwear sometimes with just like
Mhm.
um, a masculine approach, and that's not true at all. Streetwear actually came out of women's fashion culture. So I feel like probably start, like I said, with the vibe and then try to like, I guess, add pieces as I go. Um, Sometimes I be having to take stuff off because I be realizing, okay, maybe you got too many, like maybe you got too much on. But I do like to layer. So Yeah, I start with I wouldn't say that I start with a color. I think the color complements my outfit. So I'm like, how can I add something? Like you see, like I have this like blue hat back here. Like my purse sometimes, like or my bag or whatever I'm wearing will be like the color pop or the shoe. Or I'm famous for switching out laces. If I'm wearing a sneaker and trying to like bring in the color story. So it's less of like a specific color and more of like the color story.
I feel like, especially just reading through threads, there are a lot of women that want to try different things. Do you have any
Yeah.
advice on, places they can go to try stuff? Or, I mean, they should probably put you on their inspo board to start. But other than that, like any advice for them to kind of just, be bold and try?
Yeah. I'm a huge what's the advocate for Pinterest for vision boarding or just like mood boarding. Obviously, yeah, like you said, put people like myself on the mood board. There's this girl that lives in Brooklyn. Her name is Beho. She's like one of my favorite fashion inspos. But yeah, the girlies be like posting their fit checks and posting them on Pinterest and Instagram. And I feel like that once you get your algorithm right, like you're gonna see kind of like a wide range of inspo because I do think a lot of people are afraid of fashion. Like I feel like it's either gate kept or it feels intimidating to like just wear your clothes because I think that it's almost like regard too highly regarded. But I think that it's just a way of showing your personality. No person is gonna dress like you. So whatever you wear is automatically gonna be unique and welcomed because it's just a representation of you. So I think that that's always a good place to start is like if I wake up and I go in my closet, I'm like, what feels like me? And if I want to wear the baggiest of clothes that day, then that's me. So it's like I think just um trying to embody yourself in the best way. And then like I said, using mood boards to kind of like look at what you already have in your closet and how they put that together. Because I think that's also a hard part too, is like, oh, I don't have any clothes, but really you probably got what, you got enough in your closet to make like a look. And just having like examples of that makes it a little bit easier.
So if you weren't in this lane in illustrating and styling, what would you be doing? And now you can't say nursing either.
Okay, I was going patience. No, okay, I would be traveling the world. Like whatever, if I could get paid to just travel, like that would be ideal. That's why I try to integrate that a little bit too into what I'm doing creatively. Like I like popping around from city to city. One, I gain inspo from that, but just like I'm a people person. Like I love meeting new people. I love cultures. So I'd like have like, I don't know, like a TV show where I'm just like tapping into every city and exploring every city and their culture and what fashion looks like in their cities and how that correlates. It always comes back to sports. But yeah, I think that that would be fun. And yeah, just like I think that what I'm doing is so fun that it's like hard to kind of say that I wouldn't be doing this anyway or wouldn't come back to this. But yeah, travel is like a big thing that I'm interested in and that I do kind of like now for work, but I would love to just do it more like I guess leisurely and um but yeah, yeah, I think that.
Good one. I will watch that show. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
for
Let's
sure.
let's make it happen. We're gonna bring tunnel fits on too.
Thank you.
We're gonna bring the podcast city to city.
We got a 10 city tour. All right. My hard question.
Okay.
Top five best dressed WNBA players of all time.
All time?
All time.
Ooh, you're gonna put me in a hot seat. I'm gonna start. This feels like my Mount Rushmore. Okay, I'm gonna say Skylar Diggins
Mm-hmm.
definitely has a seat up there. Right now I'm gonna say Tiffany Hayes.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Um, who else? I'm gonna put. Okay, for the girls. And the like, the femme girls, I'm gonna put Angel on there because I do think Angel has been so exciting to see the evolution of her style. Like I feel like I think she sat down with Law Roach and Law was like, you know what, let me give you a little advice. And she took it and ran with it. And
And with it.
my girl has been giving us look after look. Her whole image. I think that that's like important too. Like as a brand is like it's not just like kind of like what you're wearing, but she be putting everything together. Her hair, her makeup be done. Her like she got it.
Got it.
Angel is definitely on there. And then I'm gonna give another current person to I'm gonna give it to Paige. I feel like Paige with B Hampton does a really good job like balancing kind of like simplistic looks, but they feel attainable, like elevated but attainable. And she be wearing like a lot of like brand, I feel like heavy stuff too, which is always a cool look too. Um, I want to get, I don't want to, let's see. You really put me on the spot with this. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Asia, not because Asia puts it on, but because of that moment that I feel like nobody will ever stop talking about when she was only wearing that gray sweatsuit in the tunnel
Oh
during
yeah,
the
it was
playoff
time for
season.
business. Yeah,
Yes, that's
yeah.
like a little asterisk because I feel like that moment is etched in like tunnel fit history. Um, Let me see who else. Trying to think off top. Do I? You know who actually like kind? Hmm. I was gonna go. I'm trying to go like retro, like somebody that's not really like playing anymore. I'm trying to go like back into the archives.
It's
Um,
hard because the archives are not that full.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Really
And
got to
also,
pick.
I feel like it's kind of new to
Hmm.
even like really dress a little bit more fashionable or like use fashion as a source of expression within being a player. I feel like on the men's side, they've kind of like had a little bit more room. I mean, we go date back to like Allen Iverson kind of like disrupting that whole and that's a lot. Honestly, we're talking women's sports, but when I talk crossover, it's not just like women's fashion. That's why I pull a lot of my inspo from many different buckets. But Allen Iverson absolutely has a huge influence on how I approach just like the sports world when it comes from fashion influence. Him disrupting that whole, suit regime, having to wear a suit to games and, all of that. But let's see. Let's go back to women. um, you said it has to be WNBA?
Yeah, we're just going
Okay.
to go.
We
Yeah.
we're just doing WNBA. Okay. Um, Dang. You know who else? Dejanay dresses really well. I like her outfits again for the girls. Um, who else? Help me out. Who do you think? You pick my
On my
last one.
list,
You pick the last slot.
some of my archive people are
Yeah.
Kathy Dexter.
Oh,
Super.
you really, you know who else that reminds me of? Because Cappy automatically, for me, reference feels Enrique.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I feel like that correlation, yes. And I can't believe I left her off because Enrique, my dog, too. Enrique definitely be putting it on.
I feel she's been silent lately. Maybe
But
that's why.
okay, but you know what it is? I think she's been focusing on her game. So I
Hmm.
think and to your first question, to the point of like, does the tunnel fit kind of like reflect who you are on the court? You do see sometimes like when players are in different states of mind, like they're a little bit more simple or they're not thinking about that being like the topic of conversation. They're just like, oh, I'm strictly business. And I get that. I get that. That's what I'm saying. That's where the sweatsuits come into play, where it's like that's uniform at this point. But I mean, we can't leave her off. And then also, like I said, I mean, like you said, Cappy for sure. Wow, that was a good one. That was a good one.
I would have loved to see like more of Lisa, more to see more of Tia.
Yeah.
We just didn't get the opportunity.
And you know what? We get Lisa now. Lisa
Yes.
is Lisa. Every time I see Lisa Leslie, she's just looking, just so together. So she's so fun too. I love Lisa Leslie.
I seen her at Final Four
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dallas. So I was there and I just went. I was covering it. I went early and I just went to the court to kind of see. And I turned around
Huh?
and standing there and I just was like, oh,
She's so regal too. Like she has an essence about her
yeah,
that just feels like
yes.
she could just commands attention in the most beautiful way. But she's so fun too. Actually, Ari, Ari,
Mhm.
posted a TikTok of her. So she has such a fun balance, I feel like, of reaching like the current players and then also just being such a goat
Mhm.
within this league. But it's so cool to kind of see her transition through those different eras of her life. But yeah, Lisa Leslie too. That's a good one.
I need Nike to
Um,
retro her shoe.
you
Stop
said
playing.
what?
I need Nike to retro her shoe. Like,
Immediately.
come on.
Immediately.
Come on. What are
Yep.
we doing?
Yeah, Nike, if you're listening, we need that.
Her and
We
Dawn.
need that. Her and Dawn.
Yeah. And the rest of Cheryl's because they only did one. We
They
still
only
got
did
another couple
one.
models to do.
Yeah, we're actually deprived of that. I mean, they're retro and everything at this point. It's the perfect time to do
It's
it.
the perfect time.
Like, we're in an anniversary season. They could absolutely make that happen. How do you feel about the WNBA retro merch that came out?
I love the jerseys, right?
Yeah.
I've been wanting those for forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that the track jacket and the pants,
Uh-huh.
I got the whole thing.
Oh,
Got
you
it.
got the whole
Ready to
set?
go.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
you're one of
love
the
it.
lucky ones. I know everybody on Threads is upset that that sold out because I think things are coming in. Like the shipments have been received, and people are like, "Dang, I should have got that."
Listen, I was stalking the website. I was ready.
Yeah,
I was ready. Now Fanatics put out some like baseball jerseys. Don't really love them. I think this very template, but I understand the need for it in a space, right? Everything doesn't have to
yeah.
be overly designed. We need some simpler things. My only gripe is price point. I think is a little high.
What's the price on them?
The jerseys were 140. Um, then the baseball
Was
jersey,
this Mitchell and Ness? This is
yeah,
Mitchell and Ness.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a little high.
It is a little high, but I think that they thought that they could get away with basically like it never being done before. I know that Nike has retroed some jerseys, but I do think that this is the first time we've seen like a full
Yes,
collection.
yes,
And they sold out. So I
yeah.
guess they they be getting away with the price tag, but at the end of the day, yeah, you got to read the room a little bit, like, you know.
But other than that, I'm
Do you
cool.
buy all like the hot drops or you kind of like you wait to see what else is coming out or like how do you merch spend?
It depends. Like I seen that full collection, and I
Yeah.
know I want the jacket for sure, right?
Okay.
If I get nothing else, I want the jacket.
Yeah.
And then my friend hit me. Luckily, I got the jacket for the low. So I was like, well,
Okay, okay.
throw the pants in there too. But that's what I really wanted. The rest of it
That's
I
real
liked,
math.
but I didn't want it.
Got you.
The jerseys, I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait for the jerseys to go on sale, and pick out who I can because it doesn't matter to me.
I
Um,
feel that. I
I
feel
have this
that.
other Dawn jersey from I can't. His name is Casey. He did like a crossover. It was a Charlotte Hornets jersey, but it says Sting and Dawn on the back.
Oh, that's tough.
So
That's
he
really
did
tough.
Skylar when she was in Seattle. He did a couple for Angel. Like I love the crossover like that. Those things I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. So
Yeah, that's tough. I love anything custom though too. And that's the thing, like, these brands, bigger brands can keep coming out with, their releases, but the custom market is still going to be desirable within this space because it's storytelling. Like it's like you wouldn't they can't do that. Legally, a big brand can't release it on a Charlotte jersey, but it's like, if you know, you know. Which I love that.
it's
Yeah,
all
shout
good.
out to them. It's hard. They be taking all my coins too. Trust me, I design, but I still be purchasing all these drops, and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again.
And then back to back,
But
it was like the 30th merch was Monday, then the jerseys was Tuesday, then the sneakers are coming out in 2 days. I'm like, bruh.
the season hasn't even begun yet.
And then now I still gotta pay for tickets and traveling to games. Yeah.
Oh my God, are you going to go to Liberty games? Is that your?
Yeah, I hope so. Hope so. Go to Liberty.
Yeah,
And then Sun Games too, right? It's their last season.
true,
So
true, true. Yeah, I forget. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Were you sad about that when you found out they're going to Houston?
yes.
Yeah.
I think Connecticut loves basketball. They love women's basketball. I think I wish they would have pushed the area to do better because the athletes do
Right.
better. But moving the team so far is like,
Yeah, because where does that fan base go? Like, are you going to follow Houston?
maybe not physically, right?
Right, right,
They'll
right,
watch probably.
right.
So maybe they just I don't know if they'll go New York because mm,
That's yeah. I feel like there's too much rivalry, or not rivalry. Yeah, there's a bit of rivalry there. Like I think they might have to just find a new
all
team.
together. Yeah,
That's tough, man. But I mean, it's yeah, it's good to see the evolution of the league, but it's hard when teams change cities. It really does change the culture of the team. But it's exciting to see Houston back. They should have just added Houston on as another team. Like we
yeah,
could have just we could have brought
I
Houston
will.
back
Yeah,
and
I will.
kept the Sun.
It is what it is. Uh,
What's your favorite piece of merch item? You asking me the questions, but I'm gonna throw one back at you.
like in my
In
stash.
your closet, that's probably hard. Is that hard?
That is hard. I was
Like,
okay.
what's your go-to? All right, you're going to a game and you're going to a Sun game. Let me not say Suns. Brittany Griner said that the other day. I saw a clip at the Sun game. What's your go-to? Are you like a
The shirt I made. I made a shirt,
okay?
an ode to the Comets. This is about 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
On the front it was Kim Perot, like their faces, big faces.
Yeah.
Then I had Cheryl on one side, Cynthia on one side, and the back was Tina, and her lips were red, and she had on a hat.
Classic.
So
Classic.
I'm going. It's cropped. It's nice and boxy.
Yeah.
I'm going.
You know what? I feel like I'm so glad that you mentioned Tina. I feel like we don't give enough flowers to Tina. I saw her on the orange carpet at WNBA draft, and I literally almost dropped to my knees, like out of respect. I'm like, oh my gosh, like Tina Thompson is the GOAT.
Hmm.
Like I think obviously out of respect to all the OGs, obviously Cheryl Swoops, but we don't I think we in the same conversation we also have to give flowers to Tina Thompson.
Absolutely.
OG, one from obviously just being the first number one draft pick in the 1997 draft, but also her iconic look. Like that red lipstick, that's I'm so glad you mentioned that. That is ingrained in my head. Like I don't care about how little I was. Like I remember that distinctly. Like, yeah. So that's what I mean by like player imaging and like they're them being becoming a brand, like how important that is. Like when you think about legacy and being an icon, that a player usually has something that you remember them by.
Hmm.
And things like that are important. So it's so exciting, like I said, like just all of this fashion, style, sports world being merged together because it's legacy.
Yep. There was a video of Tina, Sue, and Tisha, and I was like,
Yes, I with my eyes saw that.
these are the OG it girls. These are the luxury girls. They were coming back from overseas with the
With the
Gucci and
flyest, the
with all the
flyest.
stuff. I'm like, but if you weren't there back then, you don't know.
That's true. That's
It's
true.
the
Wake
money.
that up. Wake that up. No, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah.
All right. So, what is next for you? What could people be on the look for that you could talk about?
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, building on like the momentum from the draft, we're gonna be coming out with some all-star merch, in collaboration with Round 21 and the WNBA. There's some little things that I may not be able to talk about as it relates to just like me from a content perspective, but I'm trying to start a content series around this kind of conversation, but also while giving players platform, and the correlation between culture, sport, and fashion. So be on the lookout. If you see that, that will be a content series, and then just continuing to like allow these crossover moments to happen. Like I work as a creator a lot in the beauty and fashion space, so whenever I can figure out a way for my content to correlate with that in the sports world, that's always a goal of mine. And then also independently designing, and yeah, just furthering the conversation. I'm so excited with everything with the CBA and players getting more money. They're going to be more excited about, like I said, building their brands. So I feel like it'll be cool to see what that looks like over the next few years. Um, when it comes to the fashion space or to the style space or them building their own businesses and being entrepreneurs and so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
A question. You
Hmm.
gotta finish this sentence. Style
Okay.
is.
Style is who you are before you even say a word.